Warm welcome to everyone. Myself Tanya Yash from Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering, Bengaluru. So today's subject is about universal human laws. So the topic is harmony in the nature and existence. Nature is a symphony of interconnected elements, each playing a vital role in the grand orchestra of existence. From the intricate web of ecosystems to rhythmic cycles of the universe, harmony and balance are the hallmarks of the natural world. So next is the interconnectedness of all things. There are mainly three things. Those are interdependence, symbiosis, and cycle of life. In interdependence, all living beings are interactly connected, relying on one another for survival and growth. The well-being of one species directly impacts on the entire ecosystem. Next is symbiosis. Many species form symbiotic relationships where each benefits from the other's presence. This delicate balance is essential for the harmonious function of nature. Next is cycles of life. The cycles of birth, growth, and decay are woven into a fabric of natural world, creating a continuous flow of energy and matter. Next is the beauty of natural cycles. The cycle, there are mainly three things: seasons, celestial movements, and tides and waves. In seasons, the cyclical change of seasons is a stunning display of nature's rhythms, each phase bringing new life and energy. So, in tides and waves, the ebb and flow of tides and the crashing of waves against the shore demonstrate the perfectual motion of the natural world. So, these tides and waves shows the perfectual motion of natural world. Where how does it work? Next is celestial movements. The dance of celestial bodies from the rising and setting of the sun to the phases of the moon captivates and inspires. So celestial movements are nothing but captivating sun and the moon. Next is symbiotic relationships in ecosystems. There are mainly four symbiotic relationships. Those are mutualism, commensalism, parasitism, decomposition. In mutualistic relationships, two species derive mutual benefits from their interaction, such as pollination or seed dispersal. So, this is about mutualism. When it comes to commensalism, commensalistic relationships occur when one species benefits from another without harming or helping it, like a bird nesting in a tree. Next is parasitism. In parasitism, parasitic relationships involve one species exploiting another, often to the determinant of host, but the system maintains balance. So, in decomposition, the process of decomposition is an essential part of ecosystems, recycling nutrients and maintaining the delicate balance of life. So, as you see, the diagram here, how it represents the symbiosis. So first one is mutualism, second one is commensalism, third one is parasitism. So this is how the symbiosis takes place. Next is the rhythm and pattern of the universe. There are mainly four things: celestial rhythms, tidal flows, seasonal cycles, and biological rhythms. The rhythmic dance of celestial bodies, from the sun rising and setting to the phases of the moon, create a harmonious pattern in the universe. The ebb and flow of tides driven by the gravitational pull of the moon and sun demonstrate the interconnected nature of our world. Next is the cyclical changes of the seasons with their distinct patterns of growth, dormancy, and rebirth mirror the larger rhythms of the universe. Next is the last one, biological rhythms. The internal rhythms of living organisms, from the beating of a heart to the daily cycles of sleep and wakefulness, are in a sync with the natural world. Next is achieving balance and equilibrium. There are mainly three things in this: homeostasis, dynamic stability, and resilience. So, in homeostasis, living systems strive to maintain a state of balance and equilibrium. So adjusting to the changing conditions to ensure their continued well-being. So in dynamic stability, ecosystems and natural processes are not static, but rather in a constant state of flux, adapting and evolving to maintain a delicate balance. Next is resilience, the ability of natural system to absorb disturbances and recover, demonstrating their inherent strength and adaptability. Next is embracing the impermanence of life, cycle of birth and death, constant transformation, acceptance and ephemerality are these types of this. So all living things from the smallest microorganisms to the mightiest organism are subject to the natural cycle of birth and growth and decay. So nothing in the natural world remains static. Everything is in state of perpetual change, adapting and evolving over time. So embracing the impermanence of life and natural world allows for a deeper appreciation of present moment and the beauty of existence. Next is cultivating mindfulness and presence. Attentiveness, appreciation, humility are the mindfulness and presence cultivating things. Observing the natural world with the mindful present moment awareness can deepen our connection to rhythms and patterns of the universe. Developing a sense of awe and reverence for the intricate workings of nature can foster a profound appreciation for the harmony of existence. Recognizing our place as part of larger whole rather than separate from it can cultivate a sense of humility and respect for natural order. So at last, lessons from nature for human existence. So this is the last topic where we learn the lessons from nature, how human will be existed. So interconnectedness, recognizing the interconnected nature of all things can inspire us to foster more harmonious relationships and communities. So we have to interconnect with each other. We have already interconnected with each other where plants and we are interconnected, where plants give food to us and we live with that. Not only plants, we depend on animals too for the meat to get proteins and vitamins through it. Next is adaptability. Embracing the natural world's ability to adapt and evolve can guide us in navigating the changes and challenges of human existence. We have to adapt for everything. Like we have to adapt for summer season or the winter season. We should be able to adapt to everything so that navigating the changes and challenges will be more in us. Next is balance. Striving to maintain a balanced and harmonious relationship with the environment can lead to greater well being and sustainability for humanity. Of course, we should balance everything, neither home nor the studies. So, where will balance in both home and studies, or where the working people balance in their workplace or in the home? So, nature is nothing but balancing things. So, we have to balance with nature so nature can balance with us. Next is mindfulness. Cultivating a mindful presence and deep reverence of natural world can enrich our lives and deepen our understanding of our place in the cosmos. So our mind should be clear and it should be like a transparent where we should not keep anything in mind so it gives us stress or something else. So we have to take some fresh air to breathe like normally, and we have to keep our mind always calm so that it works automatically very fast. So if you keep your mind with all those thoughts, so you couldn't never uh, keep your mind in a stable manner. So if you want your mind to be stable, please keep it as a very clear where you can think or you can process any work by thinking in a fraction of seconds. So thank you everyone. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity.